Here's the good news. I'm going to read a brand new story because you asked for it. That's my daughter. No. The bad news is I don't know how good or bad it is, so you guys are sort of on the hook for that. The story is called Minotaur, and it's about the Black World. The Black World is the world of covert weapons development. And like just about everything lamentable that this country is capable of, it's grown exponentially in the last 8 years. Anyway, this story is called Minotaur. Kenny I hadn't seen in what, 5, 10 years. Kenny started with me way back when, the two of us standing there with our hands in our pants right outside the wormhole. Kenny wanders into the windsock last night like the Keith Richards version of himself with this girl who looks like some movie star's daughter. Is that you, he says to me when he spots me in a booth. This is the guy you're always talking about, Carly asks once we're a few minutes into the conversation. The girl's name turns out to be Celestine. Every so often talking to me, he gets distracted and we have to wait till he takes his mouth away from hers. So my husband brings you up all the time, and then when I ask what you did together, he always goes, I can't help you there, Carly tells him. Which of course he knows I know, but he likes to say it anyway. Celestine, with her fingers, brings his cheek over towards her, like no one's talking. And once they're kissing, she works on gently opening his mouth with hers. After a while, he makes a sound that's apparently the one she wanted to hear, and she disengages and returns her attention to us. How's your wife? Carly asks him. Kenny tells her they're separated and that she's settled down with a project manager from Lockheed. Nice to meet you, Carly tells Celestine. Celestine says. The wormhole for Kenny and me was what people in the industry call the black world. The black world are those projects that are so far off the books that you're not even allowed to put classified in the gap in your resume afterwards. You're told when you're recruited that people in the know will know. And then when it comes to everybody else, you shouldn't give a shit. If you want to know how big the black world is, go click on Controller and then Research and Development on the DoD's website. And make a list of the line items with names like cerulean blue and with budgets listed as no number. Then compare the number of budget items you can add up to the total from the DoD's printed budget. There's an eye-opener for you home actuaries. You're looking at a $40 billion shortfall. Black world is everywhere. Regular air bases have restricted compounds. Defense industries have permanently segregated sites. And anywhere no one else in his right mind is likely to go in the Southwest, there's a black base. Drive along a wash in the back of nowhere in Nevada and you'll suddenly hit a newish fence that goes on forever. Follow the fence and you'll encounter some bland-looking guys in an unmarked pickup. Refuse to do what they say and they'll shoot the tires out from under you and give you a lift to the county lockup. All this was before 9/11. You can imagine what it's like now. Kenny, for a while, helped out at Groom Lake as an engineering troubleshooter for a C-5 squadron that flew only late-night operations, ferrying classified aircraft from aerospace plants to the test sites. They had a patch that featured a crescent moon over NOYFB. None of your fucking business, he explained when I first saw it. He said that during the downtime he hung with the stealth bomber guys with their huge deposit, no return jackets. And he told his wife, when she asked, that he worked in the Nellis Range, which is a little like telling someone you work in the Alps. I'd met him a few years earlier when Minotaur was hatched out of Lockheed's Skunk Works. He'd been brought in for the sister program, Minion. We were developing an ATOP, an advanced technology observation platform, and even over the crapper, it read, Furtown Vigilance, vigilance through stealth. It wasn't the secrecy as much as the slogans and patches and badges that drove Carly nuts. Only here would you guys have patches for secret programs, she said. Like, what are we supposed to do? Be intrigued? Guess what's going on? In the old days, Kenny's unit had as its symbol the mushroom, and under it, in Latin, always in the dark. Black World is very big on patches and Latin.